Tony Calloway, the private money godfather, here with you. And I want to quickly discuss the rules of thumb for using private money to do a property acquisition and rehab. All right, now there's a lot of math, so work with me. If you're a new investor, because experience factors into this, you're generally looking at having to have at least a 30% down payment going into the transaction. If you're a seasoned investor, I would say under 10 transactions, acquisitions, and rehabs in the past 2 years, you're probably looking at only needing maybe 20 to 25% down. There are programs for very active investors. I would say people who've done more than 20 transactions in the past year, basically looking at about one a month, where you may be able to get 100% financing. So when you see the sales speak, where some of these lenders say, oh, we'll do 100% transaction financing, you got to read all the fine print. I always tell people, I'm going to tell you what I know, and then I'm going to tell you what I heard. And if you're a new investor, you ain't going to get 100% financing from most private money lending sources, because risk is a factor. They have to factor in the risk. And if you don't have the experience, you're higher risk. If you have a lot of experience, you're very low risk, okay? All right, so now let's just work with the 75% financing, which means 25% down. I kind of gave you the parameters, so you got that part. All right, so if it's 25% down, then you have to have the cash to close that goes into escrow for the transaction. That's 25%. Now, if the property, once it's renovated, appreciates in value to where the total debt on the project would be under or at 75%, so that appreciation, potential appreciation, most lenders will give you the money to do the renovation as long as the 75% financing to buy, and then the extra money that's needed for the rehab does not exceed 75% of the after repair value. All right, so you can start with the after repair value. It's estimated, and then work down from there. You know what your 75% financing is, so the margin in between 75% of the ARV and 75% of the purchase price is the debt that you can add to do your renovations on the property. All right, so you need, now let's talk about cash. You need the 25% cash to close. If you're a rookie, it's 30%. If you're a seasoned veteran, super duper flipper guy, then maybe zero, but let's just use, you need 25% to go into the transaction. And they generally want to see that you have at least 10% reserves for whatever the renovation is going to be. So if you're borrowing also $50,000 for your renovation, you need to have another $5,000 that's going to be in the bank account. It doesn't go into escrow, but they want to see that you got your 25% plus that 10% of the renovation cost. Okay, so whatever that cash amount is, you need to have that also in the bank account. So if it's $50,000 for renovation, that's $5,000 cash. Now the last thing is, many lenders want to see that you have payment reserves. So let's just say that your interest only payments are going to be, I'll pick a number, $1,000 a month. Most want to see that you have 3 to 6 months of payments in the bank, because the project's not generating cash. So they want to see that you can service the debt while your property is getting renovated and then obviously sold. All right, so just to recap very quickly, cash that you need is your 25% down payment. That's the general rule. Rookies need 30, okay? Your payment reserves, and then whatever the renovation budget is. If you're borrowing the money from the lender, you need 10% of that. All that's cash. Now the part that goes into escrow to buy is the 25% or 30% or whatever you have to do to go into escrow to close on the transaction. All right, so that gives you some rules of thumb on acquisitions for rehabs, and I hope that you contact the Private Money Syndicate. And how you do that, you get in contact with the Private Money Godfather by going to privatemoneysyndicate.com, privatemoneysyndicate.com, schedule a consultation, and we can work out the numbers on your deal so that we can power your money. Excuse me, so we can power your, let me get this right, so we can power your dreams with private money. Hey, look, I ain't gonna do this whole video over because I stumbled on the end. Hey, get in contact with us at privatemoneysyndicate.com, and we'll power your dreams with private money. Thanks.